welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your incredible in-studio performance. I enjoyed it very much. I tried to be very quiet.
Yeah.
But you probably heard me over there anyway.
That's all good.
Yeah.
I think for the people watching, it's going to be evident how you two know each other because genetically you are split
A little close.
and identical. But walk me through a little bit when you both started playing music and when you started playing music together. Were you little? Were you little baby kids when you started picking up instruments?
Well, we were kind of little.
When we started pretending to, right?
Yeah,
Were you
we
air
pretended
instruments
to.
first?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you have an air band?
No, not totally air. We were
We
like,
had like these little.
what
don't
were
know.
those things called? We were really creative with like those Lego things. I can't remember what they're called, like Connects or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, I remember we
Connect
made-
with a K. And
Yeah.
we made like a drum.
Made a
set
drum
with it.
set with like a metal stool, and like the cymbals were part of the Connects
awesome.
or whatever. And then like I tried to make like a goatee or something out of paper so that I could look like Eddie Vedder or something. And then you did like the lamb ears that were
It was
supposed to look like
be
his
long
hair.
So,
which I have
So
now.
obviously, as young little people, you were drawn to music. in
Yeah,
some
yeah,
capacity.
for sure, yeah.
When did you first pick up an instrument, and when did you first kind of realize individually that you had an aptitude for music, as well as then together?
Well, we both started when we were like 9, I think. When we got our instruments when we were
Something
9.
like that. Yeah.
Like a guitar and a drum set.
I mean, I asked Santa for a guitar, and the next day when we got the guitar, Jonah took it out of my hand.
See, I don't buy this
That was
side of
it.
the story.
Yeah.
I feel like it was different, but you know,
And,
exaggerations.
Yeah, we didn't notice an immediate, us being meant for music. Well, we did for him. because
No.
As soon as he started playing that thing, he practiced for a few weeks and he was good and better and better and better.
So
and
you
better.
basically just stole the guitar and then got better and better and better.
Not
at
that I remember. I thought it was just kind of like sitting in the water for a little while, and then in 6th grade, I don't know.
6th grade. Well, yeah,
Something
that's the time where it really all started. We started doing beginning orchestra with our favorite teacher in the world, Mr. Lawhead.
Yeah.
And I played trumpet, which,
I didn't know that.
yeah, nothing against trumpet. But I hated playing it. I was
You
I was
did?
not good.
I bet your family didn't love you practicing it either. If I'm being
No,
honest.
I mean, I didn't bother
Actually,
them
they
too
were
much because
kind
I
of-
never practiced it.
They were annoyingly supportive, though. They
Yeah.
were like,
They
yeah.
were.
They were like, can we hear you play the trumpet? And I was like, no, it's embarrassing, you know?
Yeah.
For you, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was the cello one, and
Yeah.
it was the same deal. But I actually liked playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that was fun.
okay, so let's start around 6th grade. So you were playing a guitar,
Yeah, I mean, I had the guitar, and I was messing around on it,
right?
doing
And
goofy stuff.
Then at any point were you like, you were still playing trumpet, not playing trumpet at that time. At what point did you think like, I just need to find a different instrument, or were you kind of like, maybe music's not my thing?
Well, in 8th grade, this is kind of a long story, so I'll tell it as short as I can. Me and him were on the cross country team.
Yeah.
And
Cross
I
country
loved
team?
cross
How does that
country
factor
team.
in?
I know
I'm
it
excited.
seems like it wouldn't, but I love running and exercising,
Yeah.
but I don't like the team stuff.
Right.
I'm not very good competitively, especially running. I'm a slow guy, so. But yeah, one of the meets I decided I don't like this, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pretend I'm sick, and they're like, okay, well
I
you
love
have
your
to.
craftiness.
Yeah, I know.
Like
And
instead
they're
of
like,
just saying I'm not into it, you're like, how about I get a fever?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, and then they're like,
You were pretending during that?
I was, and then they were like, you have to come anyways and support the team, and I was like, oh, well, I'll just do it anyways.
Right.
At least I wanted to run in the race and embarrass myself. So my grandparents drive me down to Camp Verde to watch him run. And while I'm in their car, they have this like weird car TV thing, and they're like, Jason, check this out. You like music, right? And it was this thing called the Goat Rodeo Sessions, like a documentary of Edgar Meyer, Chris Thiele, Stuart Duncan, and Yo-Yo Ma, who are my favorite musicians of all time from then to this day.
Amazing.
And yeah, as soon as I saw Edgar Meyer doing all his crazy bowed stuff, I was like, that's what I'm going to do. Screw
love
trumpet.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. And then there was kind of no looking back from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So-
you already had the bass. And
Yeah, I played a little
bass.
electric bass, but
So that
as soon
was-
as I saw Edgar Meyer,
connecting it
I was like,
together.
there we
Yeah.
go. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. So at what point did you guys infuse your interests together? I mean, obviously your lives are together. You spend a lot of time together, especially in your formative years.
Yeah.
You're twins. You're in the same grade. both have similar interests, but in different ways. At what point did you go? And also, additionally, at what point did you start singing with your playing? Because you both have incredible voices.
Well, thanks.
Thank you.
I would say, whenever we started this band, Cross-Eyed Possum, actually, I think right around the start of high school, we had two of our buddies from school who were also great musicians and are still great musicians. But I think me and Jonah are a little intense when it comes to how good the music needs to be or how exact and what we want with it, you know? So that kind of pushed
Really
people
possessive.
away. Yeah, we're intense about it. So that pushed people away.
How'd you come up with the name?
Oh, the name. You can tell that one, right?
I don't think we actually have a clear story on that, but what we
we
know.
were just trying to come up with a name, and we saw a picture of us a long time ago, like with this little cross-eyed possum out at petting zoo, and we're like, "Hey, cross-eyed possum."
I like it.
That's a
There
cool
we go.
band name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was the first song that you guys ever wrote together?
The first song that we ever
And how
wrote.
was that experience on the first, like the first time you sat down and actually thought about it in terms of writing a song versus just like practicing? Or
And
I think
coming
that
up with
was
some-
honestly probably third grade.
Third grade? What?
Yeah, I think that counts. If it's like getting together,
Hold up, wait.
getting
What was
together
the
and
song?
actually writing a song. What was it called? I don't even know. It's called something like On the Road or something derivative like that. Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
No, it was the
but-
one that we recorded with Ray Summer.
third grade.
Yeah. Remember? Like when I got the
How did it
yellow
go?
Les Paul? Well, it was kind of a dumpster fire of a song, but it was fun to get started on for sure.
No, that's awesome.
I'm spacing on it. Honestly.
Yeah.
I
No,
can't
remember when Mom and Dad were on that trip and we went over to Ray's house and we recorded that stuff?
Oh, okay.
yeah,
It's coming back?
Yeah. So that was like the first.
Oh, yeah. It was an E minor, I think.
Yeah, that was the first kind of song that we wrote, I think. And then after that,
I'd say the first real song we ever wrote was about a year into us like trying to actually have a band.
Yeah.
Me and him, we had a show at the Raven coming up, and we're like, all our songs suck. So why don't we, sit down and really hammer out something that we can actually use?
Right.
And then we wrote, what was it? Red Lights?
Red Lights. No, I think we had Worn Down Car before that.
Worn
don't
Down Car. That was probably the first song, which is what our first album's
Yeah.
based. Like that's the title track of our album.
Yeah, it's like the first song that we kept.
So
for
talk
sure.
me through, just as far as that point in your life, talk me through the initial process of you guys discovering, like when you say we thought we should sit down and actually hammer out a real song, what did that mean for you?
Lyrics.
Lyrics,
Adding the
'cause,
voice.
we never really sang before.
I mean,
that.
we did sing before that. It was just like we just did it because
Did
other
you know
people
you
had
were
lyrics.
good singers?
No,
we
I mean,
weren't. we weren't good singers.
Personally, we still don't think. At least I don't think we're. I don't know.
I think I'm
you're-
okay.
I
got
think
work
you're
to
a
do.
great singer. I think I got work to do.
Oh, you're ridiculous.
I think
Yeah.
you both have great voices.
No,
Well,
but
thank you.
yeah, I think by that point we were just writing just lyrics just because other people had lyrics, and it was like it'd be weird if we didn't have any vocals on anything.
Yeah.
and we like that kind of music. We don't. I mean, we love like jazz and stuff and stuff that doesn't have lyrics
So
that much.
what do you
but-
think has been your biggest influence when you talk about like jazz band versus orchestra and the, influences through school and music education, as well as what you were finding? Were you guys just listening to the radio? Were you digging, for music? Were you?
I got this one. I think the biggest inspiration for us.
Who wants to talk?
No.
this one.
I want to make sure this is said because.
Because you think I'm just gonna go like, go rodeo.
Yeah, no,
Bend your mind."
exactly. No, I think the Sheepdogs was the
Oh,
thing
yes.
that got us going
Yeah,
first.
That was it.
I mean, before that, we were like, we're still really into like Pearl Jam and stuff.
Yeah.
At least I am, and I don't know if you are.
They're great.
But I don't know. The second we really like decided we want to like approach with like more bluesy flavor and folk and all that stuff was when we went to the Telluride Ride Festival in 2016. And we saw this great blues rock band called the Sheepdogs. They play music that sounds a lot like the Allman Brothers, and
But it's got their own original thing that we really, really dug.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's super cool. Yeah, and that was definitely the catalyst for like the type of music that we want to play or wanted to, and it's evolved from there. But
Yeah.
that was definitely the first for me, like original like pro start or start where it's like we want to be professional with this,
Yeah,
right?
I'd say 2016, 2017 school year is probably the year that we ended
Yeah.
up.
And now that you both are away at college and in different schools, how do you keep your songwriting up? Like, how do you write with other people? Do you solely typically write together? Do you get together on weekends once a month and go, let's jam out some songs?
It's not very like hammered out
Yeah,
like
it's not a
that.
thought out
Honestly,
process.
yeah. I don't know, and I've never written anything with anybody else before,
Yeah.
like you.
I've
Basically.
done a little bit, but most of it's always with him.
Yeah.
And we just find opportunities like, I mean, as horrible as the virus is and how crippling it has been for the entire world, it actually allowed us the opportunity to like do school at home here together while we were online. So we wrote 6 or 7 songs in that period to finish our what is it?
I think our
11 track?
best songs, honestly.
Yeah, and
Because we had the time.
we wrapped up our 11 track album in like a month or something. Yeah.
And the first 4 songs, which we love, but we didn't like them as much as the songs we wrote in that time.
I like As the Night Dies.
That's
I do.
a really good song.
I also
that
like
was well written.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took a really long time to get those songs, like maybe 5 months for those 4 songs. But all the rest of the songs, like 1 month done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
You know, you brought up an interesting point because I have talked to so many people about COVID and saying that there are so many silver linings that I think. And in this aspect, that's one more case where it's a true testament to that.
Oh,
It's
totally.
like,
Yeah.
yes, the world has, taken time off and that really sucked. But at the same time, so many people have connected, made art, created, found time that they don't have in day-to-day ongoings, and going, well, let's not be wasteful. Let's create something, which is really cool.
I mean, it's been a really innovative period for sure. Like people have thought of new ways to perform, like the live stream at the Raven, and all that kind of stuff. It's super cool.
Awesome. How is your experience going living apart from each other, seeing as that you're identical twins, but you also have spent almost every waking minute of your lives in many forms together through athletics and music and other things? How is it being apart from each other?
I hate it.
Do you?
I hate it. I miss him every second of every day.
Oh, what a good brother.
Which, I hope it doesn't sound too clingy, and I hope I'm not freaking you out.
No.
But like, every day I'd spend at school, I'm just like,
dude.
I wish I was with Jonah right now.
Yeah.
I really want to be with Jonah right now, writing music. and
Whether it's
working on
work
that.
or just hanging out, it's definitely better that way for sure. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, I'm super happy to have you both here together, making music on this stage, sharing music. What did you play today? What were the songs that we are going to talk about?
So we played 5 new songs from our new album.
Yep.
Right?
The first one is Out on My Own. Okay, we have another Out song. It's
No,
called
that's
Out of
okay.
Town, so it's a little
We
confusing.
get we get
But
mixed up.
This one is Out on My Own.
Tell me about it. Where did it start from?
Where did that start?
yeah,
That
where
started
did
in
that
Flagstaff. That was one of the times where we were like, we really need to write, so let's get down and do it.
Yeah.
I think the first thing that ever happened with this song was, like, I was at school one day, and I was just, being dumb, thinking about grass is
Being
greener.
dumb?
Yeah, I was just being dumb, thinking about grass is greener stuff. I know I shouldn't be doing that, but I was just like, I wish I was somewhere else doing something else, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And I was like, I'm always thinking about these times that I've never had, and I'm just nostalgic about times I've never had. And then I was like, that would be a cool lyric, nostalgic about the times we've never had.
Yeah.
So then I just wrote a bunch of lyrics off of that, and then Jonah came up with this cool riff, and
Yeah, I mean, we were working together on that for a really long time.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
not really long time. I guess 4 hours is not super long, but for the one riff, the riff that starts the song and all that took a while to get together.
yeah,
And
it did. We were arguing about
It was
tempos.
super
That was the
syncopated
thing.
and stuff. It was really goofy at first.
Do you
yeah.
find that you guys have a process now that you've, you're working on your second album, right? This is your second album fully?
It's really
Not
different every
really.
time.
Yeah, it's up in
Yeah.
the air mostly. Like, he'll come up with a riff, I'll come up with a riff, lyrics. I don't know. It could really start with
Yeah.
anything.
Although,
Do you
sorry,
find
go ahead.
no, that's okay. Do you find that when you start a song, you will beat it till you feel like it's done, or do you ever let it rest and then come back to it and go we're at a good place and then marinate on it and go, oh, I think we should do this here or that? How is that process for completing a song?
Definitely the second option there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely do that. not because we wouldn't beat it to death, just because of like being in the school at the same time.
Right.
Especially with this first song, like everything was in little pieces.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, we did that riff and then I went home and stuff. And then we went camping one time and we started to put a chord progression together and it was like, we hated it. And then I was super bored when I was practicing one night at school and then like tried to put the rest of it together, the chord progression part for like the verse or something. So it's like, it's really kind of all over the place when we do it.
So it just kind of piecemealed its way together.
And I think it's a really good thing because it lets us think about it instead. Because if we did beat it to death, we would have settled on some pretty goofy sounding things, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, some of them we do beat to death. Like there's a song on our new album called Should Have Known where we were just like, we need a 3/4 song because everything is in 4/4.
Yeah.
So we're like, the big idea was a time signature, which is ridiculous, but we
I
needed
can't believe
it.
it actually sounds good too.
Yeah, I know. Like we were like this
After starting it that way.
Yeah, we were hanging out at the cabin that our friend was nice enough to let us use this summer to write music. And we were trying to come up with a riff, and all we could think of was just some dumb thing in A that just sounded like, I don't know. It just sounded like really, really cheesy classic rock, which is not what we're going for.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with classic rock. We just
It's
did
just not
it.
what you're going for.
Nah, we just did it in the cheesiest way possible on that day, at least. Yeah.
And then the next day, we're like, we need a 3/4 song. So he came up with this riff, and then within the next 2 days, we had finished the song.
Do you feel like music comes first, typically? Music, then lyrics?
Yeah,
for
I'd say
sure.
so.
Won't let go anymore. Wanna wake up on the floor. So started about the time that never had. Find some like them to add. Make some of my own. Not just wanna roll. Find my home away from home. Get some time alone. Time of my own. Used to care about these little things. Now they're nothing but clipped wings. Left the place out to get out of. Follow the sky from above. I'm on my own time. Didn't cost me a dime. And I don't care where I stray, as long as it's far, far away. It's not just one way. Right on one day. There ain't a need for me to wait. Oh, no worries about being late. Oh, no two ways about it. I'm out of my own. No matter what kind of time I take, this ain't just another small break. Let go of everything, get some time on the road. Stuff back home was getting old. I'm out on my own now. Feels so good to get out. And I don't care where I stray, as long as it's far, far away. It's not just one way. Right on one day. Now I'm riding on the road.
So what was the second song you played for us today?
So we played As the Night Dies.
That's the one.
Yeah, which, I don't know. It's kind of my favorite song on the album.
Is it?
As of
Why?
right now. I've recently, over the past few years, gotten really into writing kind of creative chord progressions. And I feel like this one definitely takes the cake with that kind of idea.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, especially in like the pre-chorus and the bridge. I think I'm most proud of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. They do some cool things that I wouldn't really expect on a lot of songs.
Because those are the chord progressions that I didn't write.
Oh,
No,
I'm not.
no, they're tailored to your liking.
No
It's
offense
perfect.
to that. Yeah. No, I love you. Sorry.
I wish I had siblings. This is so much fun.
I do love your chord progressions, though.
How,
They're good.
That's was going to be my follow-up is how do you decide who sings what or who plays what? Because you guys have things that obviously move progressively together, but then there's, definite like different feel on the bass versus the guitar, like how do you make those choices? Are you just working toward the authenticity of what the song should be? And do you always agree on that? Or is it kind of like, no, you take it here. No, I really think you should sing that here. Like, how do you guys come to...
Well, I love his voice.
Yeah.
So and I don't know, that's a huge motivator for me, having him be, the lead singer on a lot of stuff. And that kind of stuff.
I love his voice too.
Yeah.
And I'm always begging for more harmonies, but he's like, my voice is crappy.
DNA harmony.
But it's not. It's
Yeah.
really
No,
good.
we're getting there. We're
Yeah.
definitely implementing a lot more harmonies as we creatively come to where it needs to get.
Yeah.
For sure.
But with guitar and bass solos, I think it's just more what fits the song. And we generally, we usually have a very similar idea of what we want musically.
Yeah.
So that usually just kind of flows. We're like, yeah, bass solo here. Or,
Yeah.
Guitar solo.
Because I feel as though I've heard you both, discuss and expand on the musicality of things very easily. Like you're both very clear on, like you said, well, I played an A or I played a this or that, like on a music level. But you don't, not that you don't seem as passionate or as worried about it, but it doesn't seem to hold the same gravity between the two of you about the vocals or about the singing part.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I kind of trust where you take that, I think, because I don't know.
Which is crazy because I'm not like trained at singing.
Well,
or
I don't know.
anything.
I still think you can do what you want to do with your voice for the most part, though.
I wish.
I think you both sound incredible.
Yeah.
You both have incredible.
I don't
Every
know.
time either one of you opens your mouth, I'm like, where's that coming from?
Yeah.
How
I
did you
mean,
get- you both have such power, which I, as a
thank
power
you.
singer, like I'm always like shocked because you're both a little bit like, we're good, we're fine.
I think that's
You're
from
not,
listening to Eddie Vedder,
"Ah!"
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you sing, you let it out. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, and going back to that, I don't know, focusing on the notes of it, I think it's a lot easier to work out the vocals than it is just like the little intricacies of the instruments. Because we pretty much do that first. Because usually, I don't know,
Yeah.
for songwriting for both of us, it'll usually be like a melody comes to mind a little bit.
Right.
And then we chase it with the chords, and then we try to make the chords more interesting based
Yeah,
on
we
it.
harmonizing it.
And then usually it's either like you'll take this melody that both of us or you or me has written, and then you'll add the lyrics to it, or you'll change it in a way that it needs to be so that you can add lyrics to it. And then it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it's usually solid after that.
Yeah.
And then it's harder to do the instrumental stuff too.
So let's get back to this song. So at this moment, this is your favorite song.
As the Night Dies, yeah.
Yeah.
But it varies from like minute to minute, honestly. Like now I'm
Yeah.
kind of changing my mind to Through the Haze or
Yeah.
You know,
and
it's-
and lyrically, how did this song come about?
Oh,
this was when I
I
was in
think
the-
something I was talking to you about yesterday, actually. How I was, we were on tour, a little tour in California, and we were.
Well, it started out with the Julian Lage thing because I'm still in a huge Julian Lage phase.
Me
but
too.
but he does all of these things melody driven. So I was trying to do like the chords extremely melody driven. So that's like how I started it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then you like expanded on it and made it not dumb.
Well, I just came in with a completely
Yeah,
different melody.
and
I
then-
think that melody was cool though. Anyways.
It was cool, yeah. And then after that, it changed a lot. Like
Yeah.
like he had something on the bass that came from the guitar thing, and the one that you sing now is like vaguely similar, but it's I don't know. It's definitely like
evolved.
the evolved
Different,
version.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, way more put together for sure.
And
Sorry, I
lyrically,
interrupted you.
the idea came from where?
Well, yeah, that we were just thinking about how, well, I don't know, this was the third song that we wrote on this album,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, and the first two were just like,
fourth.
okay, fourth.
Fourth.
The first three were just like a bummer with the lyrics, and I was just like,
I disagree strongly. I love those songs.
no, I just mean sad.
Yeah.
Ish.
Oh, okay. In
yeah.
tone, they were just
Yeah,
kind of
I
like,
getcha.
wah, wah.
Yeah,
I thought you were
that's
self-deprecating.
no,
Okay.
yeah. But I was, yeah, we went out to Bodega Bay on
Yeah.
our tour. We were like trying to write music on a cliff over the
Uprise,
sea,
San
which is really
Francisco.
cool.
Yeah.
And we were
Yeah.
both having a great time. And we are like, life doesn't suck that much. Why don't we write good lyrics that
Yeah.
are happy,
Yeah.
And so I was just like, okay, I'll try that.
Yeah.
And then I tried to, write lyrics that reflected my ideal future life. Like back then I had like this perfect house and, perfect life in mind.
Yeah.
And I was like, what would I sing about if I had that life? So I tried to
I love that.
emphasize that.
I love
Yeah,
that.
I like those lyrics a lot. They're cool. Yeah.
Let's take it slow to our little town. Humming softly, I love the sound. We leave the house, leave the door unlocked. It's okay, then I thought. Sunlight's fading like you were saying, and tonight there's music playing, just a minute away. Walk home under a full moon again. What a sight it is then to see the moonlight in your eyes. Watch together as the night dies. Watch the fire. Our favorite song. Words to sing are never wrong. We go to bed. Let's sleep under the stars. Find a nice place to go far. Never thought it'd be this way. Sure was a cynic back in the day. My sky used to be so gray. How nice it can be not to care. When you're around, I can't say life's not fair. 'Cause we're always
Third song.
Third song. What was it? It
That's
was
a good question.
Not Breaking the Dead End.
Oh, it's
The other-
Back Where I Began.
That's the one. Similar
Or-
names.
Yeah.
Get us
They
confused
both
again.
start with a B.
It's okay. Back where I began. How did this song come about? Lyrically, well, let's start lyrically because we just left on that. So where
Yeah,
was your
okay.
mind space? Do you typically write a lot of the lyrics, Jason?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I write all the lyrics
Yeah.
mostly. Well,
Do
that's
I
not
write any?
true.
I
Do
don't
you?
know. I don't know.
I think he does. Okay.
Probably not.
I think I wrote all the lyrics for this one. But yeah, I was at school, and I probably shouldn't say this on video, but I will. I'm not a school person at all. I don't like school. Like I was saying earlier, my day.
This is now becoming the confessional of
yeah,
the
I guess
yeah.
so. Therapy.
My day starts super early and it ends super late, and it's just all clogged up with stuff that I don't want to be doing.
Right.
So I was just like, one night was particularly bad, and I was just like, I really don't like where my life is going right now.
Right.
So I just wrote lyrics about that.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of, like I said, it's like bummer lyrics, like sad.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. That
But
was pretty.
truthful.
Yeah, it was pretty passionate for me to write
Yeah.
those lyrics, and that was the first song that was like decently passion filled when I was writing
Right.
out
So
the lyrics.
that's interesting. Art imitating life,
Yeah,
as it were.
yeah.
I was going to ask you, do you find that in your lyric writing, because you had on the last song said, I imagined this life and that's what brought this. And my follow up was going to be, have we been writing anything of the heart of the now, which it sounds
That's
like
what
this
that
song
one was.
hits
I'm definitely in
that.
a better place right
Yeah.
now, but
But
that
it
one
sounds
was
like
a
this
pretty
one hits
negative
that
song.
mark.
Yeah,
Yeah. And when you heard those lyrics for the first time, Jonah, were you like, dude, we
I don't
need to
know.
work on you? Or
There's
You know.
I don't know how exactly we went about writing this, if you did it after we did like the cheery sections, but there's like some really cool ways in this song where I think our songwriting is starting to improve a lot.
That's true.
Where like it starts out like really dark, but it's not like bad lyrics. It's
Right.
heartfelt,
Yeah.
And I can get on board with that for sure. And then there's like this sweeter sounding section that comes out of the minor, like scary sound a little bit. And the lyrics
They
definitely
reflect
reflect
that,
that.
for sure.
And
Yeah.
it's like
I forgot to mention that.
something like I've come to a place that's like nice or something,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Like I've come out of
everything's
so
good.
much darkness, but everything's okay now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, it goes back into the darkness, like a whole, or so I thought.
Do you ever
thing.
have input on lyrics? Like, do you ever go, hey, I think it might be stronger if you said it this way? Does that ever
Yes.
come out?
Yeah.
Really?
At least
He's like, really? Do I do that?
with one of our more acoustic songs that we wrote lately, the first one we wrote at that cabin this summer. This is actually kind of funny because it's not really lyric based. He was
Yeah.
just like it was a big arrival point musically.
Yeah.
Like we came into a big strong E chord, like a huge resolve out of some dissonant chords.
Yeah.
And I was singing something with like an E syllable or something
Yeah.
in it, and Jonah's like, that's not a very strong sounding syllable to sing. Can you change the word to something stronger?
There you
so
go.
I changed it from, I can't remember what the word, it was just like, it just sounded like E, but I changed it to home, which has
Yeah.
like a big whole
Yeah.
sound.
Big open vowel.
Yeah.
It's good for
'Cause
an
you
arrival too, coming
Yeah.
home.
Sing an O like an A, kind of.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
Lay down in the stony ice, fade away as I close my eyes. Trudge through anyway, though I'm not good enough today. Smile when they say good job. Reason I hear you don't belong. Pretend and I act the same. No one else responds when they call my name. It's a hard life living life this way. We'll catch a break someday. Far away. come back here in the dark. Journey I never wish to remember. Wait until the night. None of it feels quite right. Every shot is a near miss. I'm blinded by lack of purpose. What's the point of moving on? I wanna remember when I'm gone. What's the night gotta be so long? Oh, but I find my own song. Maybe someone to play along. No one to tell me how wrong. No more that I don't care about. So glad I found a way out. So I thought, back where I began, here again to stand, left to run, ripped off from God. Sizing myself over now. Nothing left but fear and doubt. I'm through trying to make it work. I'm standing in my lane. I know this time I'm sure. So much left to lose. Done trying to choose. I'm going all the way home. Not waiting for something go wrong every second. That doesn't gotta be so long. So damn long. So long. So long. Find someone to play along. No one to tell me how wrong. No more that I don't care about. So glad I found a way out.
What was our fourth song?
Forgetting everything.
Oh yeah.
Through the Haze.
Through the Haze.
Yeah.
This one's my favorite
Okay.
song on the album.
Yeah.
As of right now, do you think?
As
Or-
of right now, I'm way different than Jonah. Like he sticks on. Well, I guess he does fluctuate, but he sticks on songs. For
Well, now my favorite's back where I began because I was just thinking about.
All
so-
right. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I fluctuate faster every
Yeah.
time we're working on a song. I'm just like, oh, I'm so glad we wrote this song. I dig this song. It's my favorite on the new album. But
yeah.
like
Until the next one.
currently, this is
Yeah.
my favorite song on the new album because we put a lot of work into this one, and I think it reflects a lot of one of my biggest inspirations lately for writing, Ray LaMontagne.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
But yeah.
Yeah. And when you were writing this one lyrically, what was the catalyst of those thought processes, and how did the musicality embrace the lyrical content and shape it
This
in
one,
the process? You know what I mean?
yeah, this one we wrote kind of in the middle of the whole COVID thing. I mean, I guess we could be in the middle of
Lyric
it now.
part. We started this one like a year ago or more.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. We started. I think you started musically with a riff inspired, I don't know, not inspired by Julian Lage, but like,
CRB.
Oh, CRB.
That's what this
Okay.
one was. It was doom, 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 doom,
Okay.
that whole thing. And then the Julian Lage one came later,
Yeah.
like November-ish.
Had some influence from that.
Yeah.
But lyrically, we were in the midst
It's so
of,
great that you guys both have someone to keep your brains honest at all times. Like
Yeah,
the
he's gotta
memory's
keep me
honest.
on
Like
track.
Yeah.
him more than me. He
Yeah.
has
Over
to
here
keep me
watching
on
it.
track.
He talks the
I
most, so I can just
forget how
I can
things
just be the fact
happen
checker.
a week after it happens, and then somebody.
Oh,
if
totally.
I had no witness, it's just up to my own imagination.
Yeah,
it's-
for
the
sure.
story has changed.
Yeah. And this song was complicated to write, it's definitely prone
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah. But
So what were
lyrically-
some?
oh,
Yeah. What?
sorry.
No. Let's talk about the complication of that. Like, what were some of the steps? That's why I'm asking. Like, did it evolve out of the lyrical once you started putting words to it? Did it change the way?
Yeah,
it was
did
being
actually.
written?
This was one of
Totally.
the few songs that
Yeah.
was like really heavily influenced by the lyrics.
I guess we did do that. Yeah.
Yeah. But the lyrics I wrote, since we were in the midst of COVID, like it was kind of, we were stuck in a kind of era of not being able to do anything
Right.
musically. Like we had just booked, not like a huge
Right, because you guys
festival.
gig a lot typically.
Yeah, we hadn't
Yeah.
booked a huge festival tour or anything, but I had just put hours and hours and hours of work into booking a tour for the summer that went all the way from here to Vancouver and back. And I had already had the venues booked and everything.
Yeah, we were ready to go.
Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, after a few months of not playing any gigs, I felt like I was stuck in a hole and I couldn't see anything. So then came the idea of Through the Haze, like breaking through this kind of,
Yeah.
impenetrable.
And how did that change the composition of the song? Because you said it did kind of shift the way you were writing it.
I think it changed it from like at first we started writing it into this kind of like dinky little sounding, Disneyland tune, honestly.
Disneyland tune.
But like with breaking through this barrier, we wanted to make it super powerful sounding. So
Yeah.
we ended up writing like hooks and hooks and hooks all the way throughout the
I
tune.
love it.
Yeah. We wanted it to be like every little piece of it to be somewhat memorable.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
I love it. Are you good with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Proud of
pretty
it now?
I
happy
think it's a
with it.
wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared singing the falsetto stuff, but it's pushing boundaries.
You
is
gotta
always
you
good.
gotta lean into the fear.
Yeah.
It makes you the best you can be.
Oh, walk for days through this maze, through the maze. Caught by the crane, lost in the haze, forced to sleep. When I look at the ground, I see black I'm tripping on all of the cracks. Find it hard to believe nothing common theme. Burning in the blaze, I can't see through the haze. Burning in the blaze, don't got many days. So long we sitting in light, together the fire in the night. Looks like I might be losing this fight. Lost my opportunity to take flight, and I've run out of ways to make things right. Lately this fire's been burning bright. Burning in the blaze, I can't see through the haze. Burning in the blaze, I don't got many days. Now I'm burning. Now I'm burning. Now I'm burning. Now.
And what was our fifth song?
That one was Breaking the Dead End.
Yeah. That one was the very first song that we wrote completely in the COVID nightmare.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, sorta. I started it actually spring break, which was the week before it.
Yeah,
like
week before
everything
everything
closed.
went to heck.
Yeah, it was after just like crazy school. Just like I don't know, spring is the craziest time of the
Yeah.
year school wise for me. But I don't know. I hadn't worked on Cross-Eyed Possum for a super long time, and then I got up into the mountains and was riding the bike and all that stuff. And then I was sitting on a cliff in the morning when it was like 40 degrees, and I started coming up with that melody, the melody that you play on the bass,
Yeah.
and then sing after that. And I don't know. It was challenging at first to like make anything of it, but when we got together, we started doing some cool chord stuff, and then you like completed it in a way that was like bluesy and I don't know, super cool.
Yeah, the G.
Yeah, or no, the A7.
Oh, okay,
going to
yeah.
the C sharp minor and all that.
The
Yeah.
7 of the A7.
Yeah.
I love it. I have to ask because I know people who are watching are going to wonder, and it's what I've already asked you off camera and all these things, but like you spend a lot of time together, you write together, you're twins. At what point in the songwriting process do you fight? And if you fight, how do you address that into, finishing a song? Like, how do you work through those? Because any people working together might have disagreements, right? But if
For
you're not
sure.
related and you don't have the comfortability that you guys have of being like, who was it, Steve, that was like, you're not married, you don't have to apologize. You're never going to
Yeah,
drop each other. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
you're
if we
stuck
were in-
with each other.
If we were in
so-
that situation, we'd still be writing like song number 2, probably. Honestly.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah, I don't know. We just say what's on our mind at that point. But really, I don't even remember us having like any arguments about anything
While
real.
writing.
Like, I mean, like with the Through the Haze thing that you were mentioning, like being a little Disneyland. I do remember like that, and then I don't know, because it was something that we were working on, and it was like that's dumb. But then like we were just agreeing on it.
Yeah.
You know? It was like, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think it was him that came up with that. Like he was like,
Yeah,
I
guilty.
don't like this, and then I was like, yeah, I don't like it either. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you ever had to call a session when you were heated enough just to be like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done for today. Like, call me tomorrow.
Nope.
No,
we
I mean
don't do that.
we say it sometimes,
Yeah.
and then like
And then we're
1
just
minute
like-
later we're like, nah,
No, we
No,
gotta get
let's
this
get back
done.
to it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because we're never really, we don't really get a chance to, I don't know, have any free time ever
Right.
anymore. So we gotta use
I
every
do.
second. He does. He only has 2 classes a day, but
Yeah. Hey, I have all the online classes.
That's true.
Though. Yeah,
but every spare second we can spend working on something, we take it. We take that opportunity.
That's awesome.
sometimes it's nice to go on drives too.
Sometimes
and
we
listen
get
to other
lazy,
music.
but
Yeah.
if we're like we're gonna use this time to write this music, it doesn't matter if there's problems. We use it.
Yeah.
we definitely.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Night can try and shake your pain. Lost like small talk in the rain. You can't win for losing now. If you just for losing, how? You play cool games in the night. Night will try to make things right. Cleaning up your messes quick before you can make your problems stick. You can make your problems mine. Night can work them out just fine. Night just want you to feel free. Maybe you can do the same for me. Oh, why wait on luck to come around? Ooh, can't depend on your luck to keep you sleeping sound. Looks like all of the weight that you hold in your arms takes its toll on you. Time to leave your love behind. Da, 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 da. Leave your love behind. Da, 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 da. Leave it all behind. Da, 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 da. Leave your love behind. Da, 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 da. You can have some room to breathe. When you want to, you can leave. Nothing keeping you tied down. You can finally get up off the ground. Time to make your way from town, where you never can be found. You can call the road your home. You can finally get some time alone. Oh, why wait on luck to come around? Ooh, can't depend on your luck to keep you sleeping sound. Looks like all of the weight You don't know where this road you'll find a grave in dead end. You got nothing to lose. You push through.
Where should people find you? Where's the best place to follow what you're doing and find your music once it's out and all of that good jazz?
I'd say anywhere online. Like our
Anywhere.
Is everything under
We just want
the
people to check
Cross-Eyed
it out.
Possum, or is
The
it Cross-Eyed Possum?
Oh, and something, this is a good place to clarify this, I think. Our band is not called the Cross-Eyed Possums. No S on the end.
There
We've
you go.
gotten that.
It's singular. It's
That's
that one
been
possum you
confused
both
a
held
lot.
in
Yeah.
that picture.
Yeah, we were on a poster once even as the Crossed-Eyed Possums. And it was like,
that was hilarious.
that's not right. But you look
It's
us
a
up.
great memory, though. I think it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's true, yeah. But
Yeah.
if you look us up at the Cross-Eyed Possum, any of that.
Maybe
doesn't
the
have to have
Cross-Eyed
the-
Possum band. Include band, and you'll definitely find
That one's our
stuff.
website, I think. Yeah.
Because sometimes if you type in the Cross-Eyed Possum, you'll see these pictures of Heidi the Cross-Eyed Possum.
Oh, yeah,
Some
yeah,
German possum from like 12 years ago.
yeah. Yeah, it was a meme or something.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And what is coming next for you guys? I mean, obviously the world is still a little bit shut down. Are you going to look into putting a tour together for next year possibly? Are you
If we can, we're gonna do
researching
it.
that?
Yeah, we'll do any festival or anything like that we can.
Any gig, yeah.
But I think the next thing for us, the biggest thing that we've been working on for months and months is our next album.
Yeah.
The release of that. And we don't really know how to promote it. We just hope people listen to it.
Yeah.
Well, this is part of that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
You know, so
And-
you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, our goal is to make, I don't know, I think the songs might be good enough to make a career off of this album specifically. And that's my
That's what
goal
we
with
hope.
it at least.
Yeah,
But
mine too.
Are you
Yeah,
both
for the
lifetime musicians? Are you bitten by the bug? Is it who you are?
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I mean, for me, my biggest goal for a really long time was to go to grad school at Manhattan School of Music. But now, like, as of the last couple months, I'm like, screw it, no grad school. I'm gonna go touring with Jonah
Last
until
couple
the
months.
day I die.
Yeah.
That's not true. That was only freshman year, dude, wasn't it?
Nope. Dude, I remember how I tried out for
Well, I
NEC,
feel.
NEC during
Was that
Christmas break.
recently?
Yeah,
It was
Christmas break.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty recent that I was just like, no way am I not gonna start touring with Jonah as soon as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause
Same here.
that's my favorite thing in the world is playing with him. And
Yeah.
I want to do it until the day I die.
And you should.
Yeah.
And we love hearing you guys. So it's a good thing you both enjoyed as much as we enjoy witnessing it.
Yeah, for sure.
So
for sure.
good on you both. Thank you for
Yeah.
being our guest today. Thank you for performing your
Of
brilliant
course.
songs.
Thanks for having
for
us.
having
We
us.
all look forward to the album.
Yeah.
And
As do we.
we will put up links and make sure everybody knows where to find you.
Awesome.
And then promote you the best we can to help out.
Awesome. Well,
Thank you so much.
Thanks for
Yeah.
coming in, guys. More to do, more to do. You know I'll be bugging you to write. So
Of course.
we'll make
Yeah.
that happen
Can't
soon.
wait.
Yeah.
That's great.
Adios. I don't know how to sign off. Sign off.